What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I'm back. And the Denver Nuggets just keep going. They just keep going. And so I recently just made that video about Jonas Valanciunas getting traded from Sacramento over to Denver. They've now signed Tim Hardaway Jr. away from the Detroit Pistons, where he had a pretty good season last year, averaging 11 points per game. He also shot 36 of 57 on open three-point attempts last season. I'm not sure how they're gauging the open part. I guess maybe there's not a defender within like a couple feet or something, but that's 63%, right? So this dude brings a lot of shooting prowess, spot-up ability. He's a solid defender as well. So now he goes to Denver on the veteran minimum, one-year deal. And the Nuggets just keep adding pieces. I really do think that they're building a roster that honestly might be even better than the roster they had in the 22-23 season when they won the championship. Because if you think back to that team, you had Christian Braun coming off the bench. He's now evolved into a solidified starter and has honestly, in my opinion, outdone what Kentavious Caldwell-Pope was doing for the Nuggets when they won the championship, back in 2023. And if he hasn't, he's at least at that level, right? So that's one thing. You now have added, Cam Johnson, sending out Michael Porter Jr., and they're basically very similar players, in my opinion, right? I think Cam Johnson is going to do just as well, if not better. I think he's been looking for a change of scenery, so I think this is going to be a really good season for him. You still have Jamal Murray. And obviously Nikola Jokic is a guy that's going to get guys open shots, right? You have Bruce Brown back. I'm real excited about that move. I made my video about Bruce Brown. He's one of my favorite players to watch in the league. He's, an undersized, small forward, can play the guard, can play power forward, can play small forward, can play all the positions on the court because he just plays so damn hard. This roster is really coming along, right? I was reading something as well that their championship odds are have changed significantly over the last 24 hours. So yesterday, June 30th, on the start of free agency, before free agency started, they were plus 1,600 to win the NBA title in 2026. This morning, they were plus 750, right? That was after the Cam Johnson trade and all that stuff. Now, they're plus 600. So they are just steadily becoming, favorites to, challenge the Oklahoma City Thunder to win the Western Conference, right? Because obviously OKC is still going to be the favorite. I think it's going to take a lot more out of the Nuggets in order for them to really challenge OKC, at least going into the season. We'll see what happens once they start the season. I think it's incredibly difficult for a team to repeat in today's NBA, so we'll see what happens there. But, this Nuggets team, they're really trying to do something here. They were not playing around. They were like, we're going to get rid of our coach. We're going to get rid of our GM. We're going to ship out Michael Porter Jr. We're going to really shake things up and see what we can do next season, right? And I think, this team is obviously centered around Jokic. I think Jokic is, in my opinion, probably the most valuable player in the league right now. Obviously, Shea won MVP, and he certainly deserved to do that. But is there anyone that impacts the game in as many ways as Jokic does at the level and at the rate that he does? I don't think so. So I think if you can surround this guy with people that can shoot, people that can play as hard as possible, getting as many loose balls, rebounds, what have you, just making the right play, and then just having guys that can defend, right? And I think this roster is at that point, right? I think they're really getting there. You have Jonas Valanciunas now who can give Jokic some rest here and there because JV comes in the game and he's going to be an enforcer. He's going to, really be a tough guy to back down in the post. He's going to get rebounds. He's going to get easy shots under the basket, putbacks, all that. You have Tim Hardaway Jr. who's going to make open shots. He's going to defend his position as well. Bruce Brown is going to do everything and then some to make an impact on this game. And Cam Johnson is a revitalized, piece. Obviously, Michael Porter Jr., is going to be missed, I think, by the Denver fans to some extent, but I think they're going to love Cam Johnson just as much, if not more. So the Nuggets keep doing things, man. I'm going to keep you guys posted as this offseason continues. I'm sure there's going to be more crazy stuff coming out day by day. It's just free agency has just started. It's been a day and a half, basically. So that's all I got for right now. I'm going to keep them coming, though. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'm going to check you later, man. Stay up, stay blessed, stay safe, stay humble, handle business, stand on business. Peace out.